there's been so much rain and there's so much flooding, more than 50% of the area, that the storm can take that moisture that's now over land and survive off it. And that's why it just keeps raining and raining and raining. So what's going to happen? Here's what the National Hurricane Center believes is going to happen. There's a low pressure trough that's going to come in and make it move a little bit. And they suspect that the center of what's left of this will go back out over the Gulf of Mexico, pick up more moisture, and then head back up toward the north and east, somewhere around Houston.
How you guys doing? Eric here. Today is Monday, August 28th, 2017, as Tropical Storm Harvey continues to beat the shit out of Texas. And yeah, talk a little bit about man-made weather manipulation. I'm a little bit pissed off today, man, over this whole fucking storm, you know? I was talking about this in my last video that I made a couple days ago, and you know, it takes a couple of days for these things to sink in, man, about what's really going on here, man. And it's fucking horrible, man. It really is fucking horrible. I'm completely 100% convinced that this storm has been purposely created, manipulated, the ultimate fucking weapon against the people. The fucking control of the weather. And yeah, it's being used as a weapon. Most people have no clue about weather manipulation, and if you tried to explain it to them, they would say you're crazy. It's just ridiculous, you know. And that's what they're counting on, is that the majority of their brain dead masses, sheep, will not question it and just go right along. You know, and I heard, you know, every day they come out with all these, the governors and the mayors and the freaking senators and the congressmen all come out and talk about what's going on and how they're trying to get everybody out of there and into a shelter. Well, the shelters, I think, are going to become FEMA camps, and that's what's going to happen. And the FEMA's down there, and yeah, it's just like what happened with Katrina, man. Putting people into freaking FEMA trailers that are full of fucking poison and toxin, and just totally displacing people, never to return to their homes. I think that's what's going to happen here. Yeah, you know, I think these so-called natural disasters, they just keep happening and happening. You know, like what happened here in Colorado in 2013, totally weather manipulated flood, and that's what's going on down there in Texas. They were talking about this for a few days before the storm even hit. They were saying exactly what was going to happen, that it was going to slam into Texas, stall out there, and drop the most amount of rain ever heard of by anybody that's alive today. I don't care, probably anywhere in the whole world has not seen this much fucking rain. And you know, no one on the news, the media, the government, anybody questions this is caused by man-made climate change. They'll put the blame right back onto the people. They want us to believe it's our fault for existing, when they're the ones that are doing it, manipulating the weather. The evidence is all over the place. It's like when I was a kid, my uncle, he used to grab my arm and make me hit myself. And he would say, "Stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself." That's what it fucking reminds me of, man. These fucking scumbags, you know, they look at the human race like a bunch of cockroaches, man. And they gotta fucking spray us with their fucking weather manipulation and lie to us and tell us it's our own fault. Man, it fucking pisses me off. But watch what's gonna happen, man. They're not gonna tell you about it on the news. Like we got very little about Katrina, but I guarantee you, as I speak, there's people going around through these areas of Texas, and anybody that's left in their homes, they're going door to door with the National Guard and the Army and the military, and they're taking their guns away. I guarantee you that's what's going on, just like they did in Katrina. You know, supposedly here in America, we have the right to bear arms. We have a Second Amendment. Until the time comes that we most need our Second Amendment to protect ourselves, then they come around at the point of a gun and take our guns away from us. I'm afraid the Gulf Coast of Texas is never going to be the same after this. And a lot of these poor people will never see their homes ever again. And the most of them are going to believe it's our own fault for overpopulating the world. It's kind of interesting that they're doing this to Texas, because Texas is one of the most independent states in the United States. They want to get away from the U.S. government, and they also have one of the most heavily armed populations of any state. So I think that's a big reason why they're starting with Texas, and they're gonna use the weather, use this fucking unnatural disaster to fucking disarm Texas. Yep. I think possibly that Hurricane Katrina was a big test to see how far they could go, and everything that they want, it all worked out to plan back then. They were able to go through New Orleans, and anybody that didn't evacuate, they went door to door and took their weapons. And I guarantee you that's what's going to happen in Texas. You know, they predict the whole thing. This storm is going to park out right there, drop never before heard of amounts of rain, and not one fucking person in the media questions it. It's just, you know, man-caused global warming. It's all our faults for living. So we should all just go kill ourselves, I guess. They've been planning this shit out for a long time, and Al Gore's little movie, An Inconvenient Truth, was all part of the plan to, you know, to get the people ready for this shit and have their cover story all in place. Fucking turds. That's right. Man-made climate change. The cover story for government weather manipulation. And if you question it, you're a fucking terrorist. Anyways, that's all I got to talk about for now. My prayers go out to those poor fucking people down there, and to all the poor fucking people of the world. We got a lot of shit coming our way. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon. Oh man, so anybody who works for the government, anybody who serves the government, anybody who's a cop, a sheriff, a marshal, a soldier, a sailor, a marine, fucking National Guard, any of you, you all serve Satan. You all need to stop what you're doing. You all need to quit your jobs. You're a sellout to the human race.